Glitch City, 2070X AD. A city that shouldn't exist. A tax haven where corporations and criminal empires reign supreme. In this place, all human life has been infected with nanomachines to keep them in check. Over them stand the White Knights in words I couldn't read fast enough. Evil corporations or something. Here, brutality in all its forms is an everyday reality. The quality of life for the non-powerful decreases words. For many, this can be overwhelming. Some devote themselves to their jobs, their families, or even their studies. Some look for ways to escape this place, and others just give up. But for many of them, the answer lies at the bottom of a glass. On a small road just seconds away from the main street, somewhere near the slums, you can find the Hall A of stuff, but that's a mouthful, so we just call it Valhalla. It's like a series of numbers. A small oasis in the middle of the concrete desert, a fountain of spirits waiting for tired souls. And it's here where this story unfolds. Here we go. Cyberpunk Bartender Action Valhalla. It's really hard to read that title. Yep, the game's out. Okay, so this game released last week, 7 days ago. The demo, or like the proof of concept prologue, was 2 years ago, so they've come a long way. Congratulations to the developers SUKEBAN Games, and nice on the publishers Yzbrid Games. One thing to note, Yzbrid has given me an extra copy of Valhalla, so there's going to be a giveaway in this video. And we will go over how you can enter for that. But first up, let me show you this game really quick here. This is Valhalla. I've beaten the game. It took me about 10 hours. It is a $15 game. This game is compelling as all hell. This is like a bartender visual novel game. It's the best way to put it. If you like visual novels, this might be for you. If you don't like visual novels, maybe it won't be for you, but it's interesting. So let me show it to you. I'm just going to do a new game, because if I do New Game Plus, well, that'll give some things away. So new game. Yeah, go. Okay, here we go. This game's got like 80 songs, by the way. The person who made it's got a lot of music they did. Now you start out here, and there is a lot of dialogue, and we're just going to click through a lot of it. There's like story going on here. There's a few mysteries to the game, but lots happening in the game, and we're start out chapter 1, Primera. I'm going to be clicking through a lot of dialogue because I just want to talk about the game and get to as many characters as I can. I just want to show you the start because it's a review. This time it's a review, and there is a critique I got about this game. But let me tell you about this. So you start out the game like this. You've got your membership, which is due on the 17th. You want to make sure you have enough money for that, because if you don't, you'll be kind of sad, your character. And here's her phones, or tablet. Yeah, here's her tablet. We can read things, and this is pretty good. There's a lot of stuff you can read, which is world building. This is a lot of stuff for you to just understand what's going on in this world. It is the future, and dark times in the future. Everyone's got nanobots, or a lot of people have nanomachines, and there's also androids. There's a lot of stuff going on in this world. It's a cyberpunk world, after all, and things are happening. It's just her and her cat, and you can click on her. Oh, not yet. You can't click on her yet. Okay. But there's things happening, and we get more apps as the game goes on. Here's the save file over here. We can just save again. Just save over here. There we go. And there's a shop, but we won't get that until day 2. So, go to work. So, going to work. Tuesday, December 13th. So, we started out, and the only thing you can click on is the TV, and that's about it besides the drinks. But here we go. So we're going to get a quick tutorial here. Right here, Gil right here is like, okay. It's time for you to prove you know how to make your drink. So this is the tutorial, kind of. So that's what's happening here. And there's a lot of dialogue going on. A nice thing is, if you get lost, which is as per the norm with a lot of visual novels, scroll button. There you go. With the mouse scroll, you can go up and see any dialogue you might have missed or clicked too soon. And this is your compatriot. This is your fellow bartender. He's a funny character. How much you like this game hinges on how much you like the characters. That's about it. That's really what it is. Like, the stories are kind of interesting. Some are good, some are not. But the characters are what it's all about. And whether you can get connected to the characters or not is what will decide how much you like this game. I got very attached to the characters. Visual novel games I find very compelling. I don't play them that often, as you can tell from the channel. It's a lot of action stuff and strategy. But when I play visual novel, I can't put it down. I played this game 9-10 hours straight in like 2 or 3 days. Just had to keep playing it, and it was great. Now he wants us to make a drink, so he's like, make Sugar Rush. So you can go through the drinks right here. You got Bad Touch, Beer, Bleeding Jane, Bloom Light, Blue Fairy, Grantini, Cobalt Velvet, Crevice Spike, Fluffy Dream. You can see there's descriptions of each of them. Fringe Weaver, and there's things to describe each of them. Frothy Water. This will be important as we do drinks. Grizzly Temple, Gut Punch, Mars Blast, Mercury Blast, Moon Blast, Piano Man, Piano Woman, Pile Driver, Sparkled Star, Sugar Rush, Sunshine Cloud, Suplex, and Zen Star. Now he wants us to make a Sugar Rush, but he'll have us do more tutorials, so we're going to do a Piano Man to skip all this. And here we go, so Piano Man. So we need to do 2 aldehydes. Now, the game tells you what you need every time, and you can actually use the keyboard as well with QWERT to put the drinks in there. Or you can use the mouse, like I do. I like doing the mouse, just makes you feel like you're actually making these drinks. So, drinks have ingredients, you put them all together, and luckily there's a count right there on the side. Sometimes you serve 2 people, and we're just putting in all the ingredients here, and if you screw it up, well then you get in trouble. So, on the rocks, which is ice, and then we mix it. And it's all mixed, and we made a Piano Man, and we're done. There we go. So we skipped the tutorial there by doing that drink. We show what we can do there. And he's explaining how you can make a drink big. Anything beyond 10 ingredients is a big drink. Anything below is not. Karmatrine is where all the alcohol comes from. These other ones are for flavors. Aging in ice is just for whatever drinks you have to make. And there you go. There's your character's boss, and here's some story. So your boss has found this chick's, this unconscious girl somewhere, so she leaves her here for you and your buddy to take care of. Now, Gil here, he disappeared over the weekend, and you had to serve a party of dogs, like corgis. Party of corgis in suits. In the future, dogs and cats, well, at least dogs are capable of communication. The only cat we ever see is her cat, but I have no idea if they actually can talk. And look at this jukebox, so it's 5 times 11. So there are 55 songs. Pretty crazy. There's 55 songs in this game, and you can just put them up. Let's see, I'm going to do Showtime, do these things, why not? Just picking random songs. I don't remember what any of these tunes are. Some of them are pretty nice, some of them, and that's just how it is. You know, you're going to like some, not like the others in 55 songs. And so those songs will be playing throughout the background the whole time. And we meet our first patron. Now, this is where my criticism comes in. Your first 2 patrons in the game are really rough. You don't really have a really good introduction to the game. This guy is just a dick, and the game has a lot of characters. There are characters that feel like they're cynical satire, and some feel like they're very comedic parody. This character is very much a cynical satire, and this guy is just a pain in the ass to people. He's like a very much more, I'd say, like a, I don't know anyone who likes this character, but he's like a very more sexist J. Jonah Jameson. Hey, he likes big beers, he likes them big, he likes it big. There you go. And he just keeps calling your place a hellhole, and just a lot of conversation. His name's Donovan D or something like that. And just skipping through it. So he's just a guy that runs a internet magazine. So it's a lot of tabloid stuff. And all this conversation here is just a lot of really cynicism about the just news in general, how you got to get them clicks, and about opinion pieces and stuff like that. I'm just clicking through it because I want to get to the more fun characters. But this is my critique. Just from the start, you get this character, and he's like, he doesn't paint the world very well. And I get the world's supposed to be kind of like this dark kind of place, but at the same time, it's just, I know there's some entertaining characters coming, but I want to see them kind of now. You should start with the best foot forward, and I get this dude at the start. So when I was at first playing this game for like the first half an hour to an hour, I was like, I don't really care. Luckily, I stuck around for it, and I really started to like the characters. And the third character and the fourth character are really where the game shines. It's just these first 2, I just don't care. This guy right here, he's just, but he just puts up all his opinions here. What was that? Let's see here. If a place smells like soap and dog piss, I'm within my constitutional rights to call it a hellhole. Yeah, that's because of the dogs from earlier. And Gillian, who's in the bathroom trying to clean everything, I'm doing my best here. Thank you very much. He's trying. And a lot of good comedy comes from Jill and Gillian. It's pretty good there. Gil and Jill. And just more talking. He just goes on and on and on. This is just one critique for me for this game, is that if you don't like a character, sometimes they just keep going and going and going. And what's interesting though is there is only one writer for this entire game, so they wrote some very interesting characters, and you can see their opinions about things. At least I would assume these are opinions in the game. Jill herself is a very grounded, well-rounded kind of person. She's very neutral. She has her opinions, but she's very neutral in conversation to people, which makes her a good bartender because she's got to be able to be a chameleon to the different opinions that her clients have. And this guy's quite aggressive in his opinions about things, and can be kind of hurtful to people about how he talks about things as well. And they're just having this conversation going on here, and if you really want to just pause and see the conversations, you can. But there's just a lot of talking going on here, and I want to get through this guy. So he wants another beer. So, a thing about this game is, which I thought was going to happen, is at some point I thought the machine was going to break and had to memorize the drinks, or just go off memory. Never happened. So, as a challenge to myself, I just started making drinks off memory, and I somehow didn't fail, which is a good feeling, but you never have to worry about that. Mixing, there we go. You get another big beer. Let's see here. Now, the thing is, you can get characters more drunk, is my understanding, or you can keep them sober, because some drinks have optional alcohol in them, which does give you some choice. But the thing about this game is, it's very much reading a book. You don't really, what's the word here? So they talk about the bathroom. You don't really make any choices. There are certain points in the game where you have to get the right drink, and it will affect the story. But for the most part, like 95% of the game, you're just making drinks. You don't really affect the story. You're just viewing the story as this bartender viewing the story. But the bartender himself has a story, and it's a very endearing story. And I'll tell you, at the end of 9-10 hours, because this game can get really emotional at times, it got me. Her story got me. I was in tears at the end of this game with her story. It was pretty good for me. I found it pretty good. It really requires you to be attached to the character. I could give him alcohol if I want. I'm not going to give him any. Let's see here. Aged and mixed, and there you go. So this guy's an interesting character. He's a guy that works for a bunch of engineers, and he's very aggressive and very abrasive. And he's just not a very nice person. Just not nice at all. His name's Ingram. And he's just going to start talking about life. And a lot of characters talk about life. A lot of them talk about what is reality, because there's androids, and androids talk about, well, what's real? How do you know what's real? How do you know what's not real? And stuff like that. So there's a lot of just, I feel like 20-year-old thoughts. I don't know how old the writer is, but there's a lot of conversation in this game that is very much something that a 20-something would think. Because I've thought a lot of these thoughts myself, of just existentialism and just reality and just what is my purpose in this world. There is that stuff going on in this story, in this game, and it can be very endearing, especially if you're in that age group. Now, for teenagers, maybe some things might work for you. I'm not sure. For the older people, I'm not sure either. And we just got introduced to who her boss is, Dana. Her boss is just this famous figure who's done a lot of amazing things. She was a wrestler. She's fought bears. She beat up a bunch of riders. That's what he's talking about right here. Like, she fended off just a group of riders on her own. She is someone, yeah, right there. I saw that woman take out armed riders with her bare hands. She's this strong woman, and she's a fun character. The little bits of Dana that happen in this game are very enjoyable. It is a very fun character, and she's great, and there's a lot of great moments with her. And now we're going to make a pile driver. I feel like if I didn't know the character, this could sound like a euphemism. Okay, let's see here. Pile driver. This guy is a dick character, so if you don't like him, so give him his drink. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can always use the keyboard if you feel like it's faster, and it is indeed faster with the keyboard. And did I do that right? 3, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, there we go. And mix, and there you go. And descriptions can be kind of funny, some of them. There you go, there's a pile driver. And here is where he gets interesting. He starts talking about the sex. The sex, everybody. He starts talking about it. And, he just starts talking about just what's real, what's not, what's happiness, and all these things. And an interesting point, the thing about these characters is some of the characters know each other, and they will mention things about each other. And it's really curious. And one is this guy. And you learn more about him from another character later on. He wants a fringe weaver. And this is a strong-ass drink. Where is it? Fringe weaver. There it is. 1 aldehyde and 9 alcohol component right there. The karmatrine. There you go. Aged and mixed. There you go. Like a fringe weaver, bro. Yeah, here's the conversation. Have you ever felt empty? So this is like, people have these thoughts. I've had some of these thoughts. And so it's interesting to have these characters reflect all these different ideas. Some characters are just fun characters who just want to drink. Some characters want a conversation. And this is one of the characters who wants a conversation. But he is your second patron in this game. And so it's interesting that the game hits you with such heavy stuff right at the start. Like, not really heavy, but like, ease me into these. I don't really... Maybe later on these characters will be interesting to me, but the fact you get them right off the bat, I was not as interested or as invested in the game. It was like, okay, so we just got, whatever characters. Yeah, Christmas bonus on hiring through in for an orgy. And so, here it is. I've also hired a girl to act like my daughter for a day for 3 years in a row now. And, we'll see if we get to it. Oh yeah, this conversation. Have you tried rescuing puppies? You can't F puppies, at least you shouldn't. That's not what she meant. And he's talking about lies again, all this stuff, and he's gone. And halfway through this, each day you take a break so you can save your game. So that's what's happening here. We can save our game. So saving, day 5. Oh, there we go. Got this bit of art right here. And here's characters I want us to meet. We're going to meet 2 of them. We're not going to meet one of them, unfortunately. Not in this video. So she has thoughts, and then you can change the music. Well, what other music do I want? What other kind of music do I want as I go here? And we can... What's missing is a random button. I'm really surprised there's no random. That would have been great. Like, you just want random music the whole time. That would have been great. Well, and you can also mess with the TV, but that's better. Okay, so... Back in action. Here we go, one of my favorites. So here's a character. So you're in a bar called Valhalla. Here's a person with a helmet. They take it off. Hello there. The first waifu of the game, unless you count Joe or Dana. There you go. So this is her class, Saipi Asagari of the 765th Division Valkyrie Corps. She is a Valkyrie, literally a Valkyrie. This is your fireman, paramedic, and whatever stuff in the future. She is a character that she helps people. She's like the rescue side. She's like a paramedic, she's a fireman, she can help people from like disaster and stuff, and she has a very interesting mindset of, not mindset, but way of seeing the world. She's your kind of aloof character. She wants a small sweet and icy drink, so we can go to sweet drinks. Sugar Rush is sweet, and it's a small drink because there's only 3 bits to it, but she also wants ice, and this doesn't have ice on it. So, sweet, Sparkle Star, does not have ice. Sweet, Blue Fairy, does not have ice either. Which one has ice? Moonblast has the ice. There you go. But it's not a small drink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I almost put that in there. Oh, and Karmatron. And then we got to blend it. So blending is just letting it mix longer. So Moonblast. No relation to the Hadron Cannon you can see from on the moon for 1 week every month. Moonblast, there you go. And she likes the Moonblast. And she's a White Knight. White Knights are kind of just like the enforcers of the city. You've got the more aggressive White Knights that do like keeping the peace against rioters and stuff like that. And then you have people like her, a Valkyrie, who's more in the helping the people out kind of side of things. And we learned some things about her. So let's see here. Jill, you must have seen some shocking sights. Yeah, this one time when I was saving some people from the top of a collapsing building, damn, I looked down and was blown away by how pretty the city was. It was like a starry sky on Earth. Oh, and there was this time we were cleaning up the aftermath of a car crash. Water was pouring out of the hydrant. With the lights and scattered pieces of glass, it was all almost dreamlike. That's not what I meant by shocking sights. Yeah, of course, Jill's thinking of, like people getting effed up. And Say's like, yeah, those happen too, but that's not what she's thinking of because she's just this different kind of person. She sees the world differently, and she can be a very fun character. And stuff happens with her that's pretty great. I wouldn't say pretty great. Pretty emotional. That's the right word, not pretty great. Those of you who have actually played this game, emotional. Let's see, we got past the break, so I should actually say how the giveaway go. If you saw me scrolling through all these drinks, here's what I want. Just say what drink you actually think you would want to drink in the comments. What drink do you think you'd want to drink? And that is your chance to win the free copy. That's what it is. So, out of all these drinks, the Bad Touch beer, all these things, like I've scrolled through them before. You can pause to see what the descriptions for each of them. What drink do you think you would actually drink? And how do you think that would taste? Because it has descriptions about them. just as a random thing. Gives you a chance to win this game, $15 game that you may find interesting and compelling, because hell, I found it very compelling. So she wants a classy drink, simple enough, so type classy. Let's get her a Cobalt Velvet. Let's go with that. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the rocks and mixed and Cobalt Velvet. There you go. Stella, yeah, so characters will mention other characters that may come up later. Stella is a character that will come up later in this game. Unfortunately, we're not going to see her. I don't think we're going to have time to see Stella, but Stella's great. And they're having more conversation here. And they're talking about Jill's name, why she doesn't like the name Julianne, which is her full name. That's an interesting one. And Say says she likes the smell of the place because it smells like dog urine, like dogs and urine, and that's because her mom's a veterinarian. So you learn information about these different characters. And these characters feel like real characters to me. Like, they give you a lot of information about them. They have likes, they have dislikes, and they will share them, or things will happen that will show you them. And so the characters feel very much alive. They feel like there really is a world out there of this. And it's a well done job to the writer for that. Good job on them there. And it's also only one person did all the character drawing as well. And the characters all feel very different. And they all have some like story to them, which is very interesting to me. And so I feel like they did a good job as well. And there's also the person who made the music. The music's pretty good for the most part. There's like songs here and there that you'll like or you just don't remember because they're just background noise. But on the whole, I really like this game. And yeah, she's kind of a airhead, so not an airhead's the right word, but she's kind of like head in clouds, which I guess is an airhead, so she forgot to count her helmet. And just more about Gil there. And she woke up. Oh, she's next to us. Okay, so there's this chick, and you meet her. She was unconscious. She's awake now. You tell her the place is called Valhalla, and she thinks she's dead. Girl thinks she's dead, so she's freaking out. But she's like, wait, no, she's not dead. So here's what she thinks she might be. Are you organ traffickers, robbers, rapists, pickpockets? You're pickpockets, aren't you? Funny character, interesting character. And you learn more about her, and she's freaking out now. So you need to help her calm the hell down. So give her something to calm her down. So this is your chance to give her anything. You can give her whatever you want. And I like giving them the crevice spikes. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You get an achievement for this because no one ever orders this drink. That's it. And bam! There you go. Cry spike. There you go. It's a drink. You're in a bar, girl. There you go. She's from a bar. Now here's where the characters link up. She's actually an intern for the online magazine or website for the guy from the beer guy at the start, the balding guy who was the head of a thing. Yeah, she works for him. She's an intern, and she calls him a chauvinist pig. She just does not like the guy. She does not like the world she's in. So she's a very stressed out character. And you're learning some of that right. We would learn some of that right here as we're going through it. And as you can see, there's a lot of dialogue. So this is a game that, if you like reading, there you go. If you like characters, there you go. That is what this game is. The gameplay is there's not a lot to it. It does, things do happen though. Things do happen to you in the game if you are a really bad bartender. Namely, if you don't have enough money, you will not have enough money for rent, won't have enough money for the power, won't have money for, well, your tablet thing. So you want to make sure you have the money needed. So you want to make sure you don't F up as a bartender. Or you can F up if you want, which will give you one of the endings of the game. There are 6 endings to the game. It feels like, I think it's more like there's 4 endings, and then there's like these 2 other situations that kind of have, crap, I put one too many. Do it again. But there's quite a few endings to the game, so there is reason to New Game Plus, besides just wanting to see the stories again. Like some people, they like a book, they'll read it again and again. You can do the same thing with this. All New Game Plus does is gives you the money you had from before, so you don't, go bankrupt. That's what really happens. So you can just be a really crappy bartender if you want. Oh yeah, she tells you the history of the Piano Man drink. It was originally created by a bartender in honor of a pianist friend of his that had just died. And that's where it gets interesting, because people will ask for drinks without actually saying the name of them, and you need to figure out what the drink is. And Piano Man actually is crucial later on as to what drink you need for the situation. I want to get to Dorothy, because she was the one I want to end on, because Dorothy is a hilarious character. And we got to get there, and we are trying to get there. Girls, you talking a lot. They do a lot of talking. A lot of detail in the background, and she wants a Brandtini. So, she wants a Brandtini. So, Brandtini. Let's make her that really quick. I think this is the last drink of the night, so you can see what happens when you're at the end of the night. 1, 2, 3, and 1. Aged and mixed and Brandtini. There you go. Now they're talking about Jill's job and everything and why she did it and all that stuff, and they're just talking about childhood dreams. There's a lot of character. There's like exposition. There's also just world building. There's a lot of things for different characters in this, just to learn a lot. So like there's character building, there's character arcs, there's world building. You learn a lot about the world and the characters as you go through this. But all you're really doing is making drinks and talking to people. That's what you're doing. This chick is awesome. Dana's awesome. And there you go. End of the night, and so here we go. So, total earnings, our commission. If you make mistakes, you get less commission. Payments, tips, flawless service, and more money. And the boss will give you bonuses. So she gives us a bonus for helping the girl calm down. So we made that much money today. Jill is lost in thought about a hollow plant. Buying it will prevent her from getting distracted. Now, this is important. If you do not buy the thing she wants for the day, you will have a hard time remembering what drinks people want. And you cannot scroll up to look back. That is an important thing. So, that's a thing. That is a thing. So, she needs a hollow plant. So, we're going to go buy her a hollow plant. So, shop. And here's the shop over here. So, she wants a hollow plant. There it is. I forget what this is. Hollow plant. There you go. So, now she's satisfied. So, she will be able to not be distracted at work. And looks like I can't mess with any of this stuff. There's a bit of customization you can do to her place, but for the most part, you're just buying stuff for her. And then there's these different stories. Local woman, local hero. This morning, a suicide attempt was thwarted by an unidentified local woman. The incident occurred at the Artemis Will Mall, where people noticed someone was at the rooftop of the building. Firefighters were called as soon as their presence was noticed by pedestrians, but the person jumped off without notice. A mysterious rescuer. Just when the would-be suicide victim jumped off, a local woman was able to catch them midair and fled the scene before anyone could identify her. The mall is taking extra security measures now. I wonder what that's about. Okay, so just a lot of the news articles you can read, and you can just hear about all these different characters and stuff going on here. And then we can save again. You can also just listen to any music you like from right here. You can also just listen to music right there with this app, Music Player. There we go. And go to work. One more character I want to show before we're done. The review, this is like a review and showing you the game kind of thing. That's really what this is, because I gotta work on my reviews. But, oh yeah, Dana puts the helmet on, which freaks everybody out. Thing about that helmet is, it gets stuck on her head and she can't take it off, which is great. But who doesn't want to wear that helmet? It's a cool looking helmet, come on. There you go. Alright, so, please tell me she's next. Please tell me she's next. We're skipping whoever it is. No, it's this guy. Oh, we're skipping your ass. Okay, let's see here. He wants a beer. We're skipping this guy. Here we go. I want to show you a character. So, thoughts. I like the game. That's why I'm showing it off. I really like it. And that's... Luckily, we got a code so we can give out one. So, when you out there who can't afford it, now you got a chance at this thing. Those of you who might like it. God, that's a lot of talking. I don't really care for this character. Okay, let's see here. Mars Blast. There we go. Mars Blast. I'll blend it. There we go. And it's a big drink because it's be above 10. The guy likes his big drinks. He likes it big. There you go. Take a big one in the mouth. There you go. Skipping. Yep. Oh my god, they talk so much. I don't even remember what the conversation is about right now. I do not remember what they talk about. Bitter drink, just get him a sunshine cloud. 1, 2, 1, 2, on the rocks, and blend it. Now, this is the thing you can do if you just want to skip certain characters, you want to do the story when you're trying to, you know, get all the other endings. Whoop! That's what he's complaining about, and then this is all... Oh, shoot, no! There she is! Dorothy, best character. There you go. Hello. Dorothy, the little Lilum. Okay, so Dorothy is an android known as a Lilum. And she is a sex bot. And she's just a fun character. She wants to get a camo where she can just... the thing is, everyone's got like nanomachines and upgrades and tech stuff that they can do. So for her, she has a lot of things that cater a bunch of fetishes in this game. And it's not that she's a sex bot that I like it better so much. It's that she's just a funny character. And she wanted to do some sort of invisibility thing. So she's got like an invisibility camo. The problem is it's only invisible to machines. She's not invisible to people. And the idea is she's talking about this right here. She's talking about different fetishes and how some people have fetish where they like invisible people. So the fetish is invisible person taking clothes off, which is an interesting fetish. But she's got a lot of upgrades to her and stuff like that. And she's talking about being invisible to people and stuff like that for security reasons and also for fetishes. This freaking thing. And there you go. And so she's just a funny character. She wants a piano woman, so we get her a piano woman. And it is from her that you learn an interesting fact. And number 3, and there we go. So the game isn't really for the kids. Then again, what kid's gonna sit down and read all this? Maybe I would have when I was younger. There you go, Piano Man, there you go. She needs to get out of a slump. She likes the piano woman. Oh, that's important. And today, so she likes to drink before she goes out to do her work. And so, yeah. Let's see here. Too bad it was filled with the room and dogs. I would have enjoyed the drink otherwise. Alright. So later on, you'll learn about her that she has an irrational fear of dogs because they just give the Lilum just random fears and likes because they feel like that'll make them more human. So that's what happens. And she likes to tease Jill with like, you'll still need to let's see here. Keep me fed and I'll keep you company. You'll still need to pay if you want to get naughty though. She's that kind of character. She's a funny character. Let's see here. Okay, I'll just keep clicking through it. And, well, I'll just mention it, and that'll be it. But, there's a lot of fun characters. She's one of them. She's a very fun character, and they're talking about the helmet and everything. But the guy earlier talked about there's a girl he just pays once a year to be his daughter. She's it. Here's the thing. She is, like, she looks young, although she's older. For the people who are into the young stuff. But for her, there it is right there. The guy paid me to spend all day pretending to be his daughter. Yeah, I go to his house at 11 a.m., dress his request, and spend all day there. Play some games, occasionally tell him I love him, go to bed when ordered, and I leave. Depressing. Nothing sexual. I used to expect him to push me against the ground and have his way with me. But after 3 years, it's unlikely that'll happen. 3 years? Yeah, 1 day a year for 3 years now. Oh, but last year he also wanted me to play the part on his daughter's birthday. Wait a sec, does he have a daughter or not? Seems she died 4 years ago. And that's the story of that other guy. So they give you some background on that other guy, because he won't give you any information, but you learn a little bit about him. He had a daughter, and, well, he lost his daughter. And is that why he's a dick? Or maybe he's just a dick. And that is everything to show. Once again, the way to... there we have one copy to give away. It'll be randomly chosen from the comments, and all you gotta do in the comments is just say what drink you think you'd like to drink, out of curiosity. What would you want to drink? And that's it. That'll enter you as a chance. I will pick next week who gets it, and that's it. So there you go. That is the game. That is the review, kind of a review. It's more of just showing you off the game, but also giving my critique of the game as well. It's not like I do numbers, any of that stuff. And they're talking about machine numbers. There's like 3 different androids as far as I can remember from the lore of me playing this game. But there you go. That right there is the game I had fun playing. Hope you had fun watching. And that is Cyberpunk Bartender Action Valhalla by SUKEBAN Games and published by Yizbrid Games? It's Yizbrid something. I'm sorry, I forgot the last word of it, but pretty cool. Pretty great, and good luck at the giveaway. And if you want to buy this game, awesome. I think it's a good game. I think it's worth it. And we get to meet this guy. One quick thing, Cyborg guy, he's got mods to him. He's partially human as well. And he's an assassin, so you just have a straight up assassin guy just drinking at your bar. Yep. See you next time.